I'm Zach Kancher, new assistant women's basketball coach here at the George Washington University. Well, I was really attracted to this position because of a combination of factors. The first is that I graduated from GW in 2003, and I was a practice player for Coach McEwen. And that was such an outstanding experience for me that I told myself had the opportunity come about to come back to my alma mater, I would jump at it. So I think that was initially the first thing, is that I really loved my experience here as a student. It was a very unique place to go to school. It's the only place where you can be late to class or late to work because you got caught behind a presidential motorcade. So I think my familiarity with that and the opportunity to go back and coach at the school that you went to, I think is really unique and doesn't really position itself or come around that often. But then I think second, the program obviously was one of the top programs in the country when Coach McEwen was here. And it had taken a little bit of a dip, and Coach Sippis had come in, and what he's done with the program in such a short amount of time, I think was instantly attractive to me as well. Having finished in the top 20 in the country last year, setting a program record for wins, I think with 29 last year. He's the type of guy who has the pedigree, and he had the opportunity to coach in 2 national championships at Notre Dame and then come over here, and what he's done, I think he's the type of person that you want to work for and you want to be associated with, and the type of person who believes in the mission of the school at which he's coaching. I love living in Washington, D.C. I'm from Philadelphia, and that's my home, but Washington, D.C. is my second home. I love how smart the population is in D.C. I love how even now, even though you live here, you can still go visit the monuments at night and still be amazed and still be in awe of them. I love how each neighborhood in Washington, D.C. is totally different from the other. Adams Morgan is different from DuPont, which is different from H Street, which is different from Foggy Bottom. And every neighborhood has its eclectic places and its mainstream places. And I think the best thing about DC is that you can meet a lot of great people who come from a lot of different backgrounds. You might be going to the same coffee shop as, a senator who is going to the same coffee shop as, one of the top military consultants, or maybe even a former general who's going to the same coffee shop as an assistant women's basketball coach at a local university. And that's the type of environment and the type of unique place that you can't really find anywhere. The unique thing about GW as a Division I basketball program is that it plays in a powerhouse basketball conference in the Atlantic 10. And because there's no football at GW, it makes men's and women's basketball really the number 1 and number 1A programs on campus. And so what I remember as a student athlete is that when the men's basketball program was really good and when the women's basketball program was really good, you couldn't get enough seats. There weren't enough seats available for the student body. And they would come and pack the gym, and when Temple was coming to play, back when Temple was in the Atlantic 10, and when St. Joe's was coming to play, and certainly Dayton now, you have an intimate gym and an intimate environment in which students and the student body and the fan base really can make an impact on the game. I think I'm the type of coach that brings positive energy, enthusiasm, and passion to work every day and to the court every day. I think I'm able to develop really strong rapport and relationships with players. I'm able to help them get better at basketball. I think I'm a very strong instructor of the game. I also think that I'm the type of coach that thrives on pressure situations and being able to help the team win and help the head coach assist him in making decisions that help us win games. I've had the fortune of being around a lot of winning coaches and winning programs, and I think that when you're around people who bring a positive mentality and great energy every day, It's infectious, and that's what I try to bring to my players.